WWE's booking of the women's division right now is god fucking embarrassing. You have buried this woman beyond belief. She will not recover from this in WWE. And Triple H said, you don't blame the creative writing, you gotta blame the talent. Why are we blaming the fucking talent? They're the ones having to follow your fucking garbage.
Nowhere to hide. ExtraMax coming at you from every side.
Hello again, amigos, and you are our amigos. A great beer here. I got a little bit of extra for you here on ExtraMax. If you are not subscribed already, hit the like and subscribe button for Max Wrestling. We do shows every Thursday. Why? It's because it's a Thursday thing. I just come off the back of watching Smackdown late this morning. Show is terrible, you know, what's new. And I want to address a few comments that Triple H has done within the last couple of years when we've had nothing but dog shit creative. More importantly, I do want to talk about the booking of the women's division. If you did not know, we had a match last night between Lash Legend and the beautiful Giulia. Someone who I have been invested in for quite a long time. Last night, you had Giulia losing to Lash Legend in 2 minutes. Let me repeat that again. You had one of the most physical women that's ever come out of Japan in Stardom and Marigold. You had a job into Lash Legend in not 1, 2 minutes. And yet, Triple H has the absolute audacity, WWE has the absolute audacity to say that they're baffled by the booking of Tony Khan of Persephone, who is the CMLL, I think she's the CMLL Women's Champion or something along those lines. Pot kettle black. So I'll tell you. Instead of focusing on what Tony Khan's doing, why don't you book your women's division better? So last night, I had to endure pain, and I had to watch Mia Yim and B-Fab wrestle in a tag team match against Tiffany Stratton and Chelsea Green. Now, I'm a huge fan of Tiffany Stratton. I've loved her since NXT 2.0, the dark days of NXT. And Chelsea Green, who I've been a big fan of. I love Chelsea. I think she's entertaining, and she's criminally underrated as well. But the fact is that you've given more TV time to them two bombs, as in Miriam and B-Fab, and you have nothing major in creative for Giulia. She is buried beyond fucking repair. Buried 6 feet deep, and it would not be surprising if she ends up asking for a release, or she will probably just run down her days on her contract, a bit like what Jordan Grace is doing, and go to bigger and better pastures, probably end up going back to Stardom or Marigold. Or will Tony take a punt and actually bring her to AEW? Unless your name is Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, or Liv Morgan, Triple H does not care. We've had Blake Monroe on the main roster now for nearly 2 months, and she hasn't even had a match yet. Tiffany Stratton is the Women's United States Champion. Why is she not defending the title? You've got Fatal Influence who've just won the Women's Tag Team titles, and you haven't got JC Jane in the ladder match, and now she's going to be in a dead 6-woman tag team match against, with obviously Fallon and Laney. against Paige and Brie Bella and Nikki Bella. Who cares? This feud should have been over when them two young women won the tag team championships. But no, they want to have Nikki fucking Bella on the show, who can't wrestle. Brie Bella is fucking terrible. How can you be the wife of one of the greatest professional wrestlers that's ever graced our television screens in Bryan Danielson? If you disagree with me, you're living in fucking pure denial. Bryan is one of the greatest of all time. Go and watch some of his matches in AEW. Go and watch some of his matches in WWE. Go rewatch the match with Will Ospreay. Go rewatch the match with Okada. I fucking dare people to still criticize AEW and Bryan Danielson. You've got a ladder match, which is pointless because he doesn't want to take the fucking belt off Rhea Ripley because Rhea Ripley's his fucking work daughter. If you're injured, you're injured. Take the fucking belt. Liv Morgan's been champion now for over 100 days. Tonight is her, as I'm recording this on Saturday, is her first defense against Io Sky. I've been a huge advocate for women's wrestling for a long time. We don't want to go back to the Diva days when Diva matches only lasted about 3 minutes. You had Unreal with AJ Lee said some of her matches, it didn't even last 4 minutes. Those were the dark days under the Vince McMahon administration, but he never gave a fuck about women's wrestling. And so suddenly, NXT had one of the great matches between Tenille Dashwood, aka Emma, and Paige. NXT Arrival. Go back and watch it. See what I mean? And then you had Bayley, who's 1 foot out of the door, and Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné. The greatest women's match of all time. Up there with Toni and Mariah. WWE's booking of the women's division right now is god fucking embarrassing, and the absolute audacity. Now, Tony's no angel. Tony Khan is no angel when it comes to women's wrestling. You have buried this woman beyond belief. She will not recover from this in WWE. Did you know Giulia was trending #1 last night? Over SummerSlam itself? She had to come out and tweet and say, "Don't fucking worry about me." Honey, we worry about some of the talent because the booking has been nothing more but a fucking atrocious. You've got Lash Legend in a match, and it's possibility she might win the interim women's championship tonight. If Charlotte Flair does not walk out of SummerSlam with that championship, we've got a problem. Again, but I digress at the fact that women's wrestling right now in WWE is ice cold. Like I said, unless your name is Rhea Ripley, Io Sky, and Liv Morgan. Stephanie Vaquer has been off television since WrestleMania, since I think the night after or 2 weeks after WrestleMania. You've got Asuka, who's been off television since the night after Backlash when you retardedly released Kairi Sane in the middle of a fucking storyline. And the creative writing. And Triple H said, you don't blame the creative writing, you gotta blame the talent. Why are we blaming the fucking talent? They're the ones having to follow your fucking garbage. Monday Night Raw was one of the worst Raws I've ever seen. It is up there with November 26th, I'll never forget it, November 26th, 2018. And December the 4th, 2018. I remember those days vividly. So Triple H, don't ever fucking think for 1 second that you are a sweet and innocent angel. Because you're not. I'm standing out questioning who was the brains behind Black and Gold. Was it your other team? Was it William Regal? Was it Shawn Michaels? Was it Matt Bloom? Pot Kettle Black if you criticize AEW. Now, I don't really want to get into the AEW part, but Tony Khan's booking of the women's division, unless your name is Tony Storm and Mercedes Moné, has been dog shit. Apart from maybe Tekla and Willow. Pro wrestling sucks right now. And if you want to try and save Giulia's career, there's a guy who right now is booking some of the best fucking television for 1 hour every Saturday night, and that guy is Mark Calloway, a man who knows the business inside and out, who was with the company for 30 years, who is one of the greatest storytellers in the history in The Undertaker. Shawn Michaels is booking NXT's women's division like a fucking god right now. And you want to call up Lola Vice to Smackdown? Fucking Christ. What are they going to do with Lola Vice? Job it to Nia Jax? You want to book Lola Vice, who's been in NXT, I'd say, for 2 years. And this is how you're booking her? Let me go through one other thing. Didn't Lyra Valkyria recently turn heel and she brutally destroyed Bayley? Has Lyra had a segment ever since? I'll wait. You had Sol Ruka losing the Intercontinental Championship to Raquel Rodriguez on Raw. Why couldn't you have the match at SummerSlam, but yet we got to fit room for fucking Danhausen for this slop, and you could have had... You did not need the fucking Bella twins. That could have given Raquel a moment in the sun, if you are that high on Raquel. Triple H needs to fix his career, Ryan, because whoever is rising SmackDown needs to be fired. There was great people like the Motor City Machine Guns, Kairi Sane, Aleister Black, Selena Vega, all of the Wyatts, Zoe Stark, Jeff Cobb, were all released by the company. I would literally bring them back in a fucking heartbeat and release the writing team. And Triple H is one who I would boot to the curb right now. Have Shawn, have The Undertaker to save these shows from disaster. And if you focus on NXT, there's a guy, another great storyteller. He's the WWE champion who said he wants to run NXT. CM Punk. He should run NXT. And get that men's division back on track, because the men's division in NXT is terrible. That's why women's wrestling is thriving in NXT. I'll go back to Giulia. You look at the matches Giulia can have. There's Flammer, La Toxicas, who are fucking killing it right now. They've got Xena coming in. Do you think the likes of your Saya Kimitani's, Maker, and all them from Stardom, Maya Iwatani, do you think that they're going to have interest in coming to the E? Hell no. Giulia, my advice is, honey, I think you are one of the best wrestlers in the world. You're beautiful. You got everything. Get out of there. Go back to Stardom. Save your fucking career. You are too good for this trash. And tonight, if we don't get the return of Stephanie Vaquer, or hopefully Asuka, then we're going to have a problem. Anyway, ExtraMax, we're live on Thursday. We're going to do the, we're going to go through the Fallout of SummerSlam. We all talk about all state of pro wrestling. Follow my YouTube channel, JMBA434. Check out Corey's recent review on the absolute slop of Monday Night Raw on the ExtraMax that was dropped on Tuesday. And I'll see you guys next time. Tally ho!